Alright, I think that's adjusted. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Yep, there we go. Hello once again, everybody. How are you doing? Good to be with ya. Yep, YouTube looks like it's coming in. OBS, streaming. Let's just get going. It's been a year. Good Lord. What a wonderful year it has been. Obviously not for this game or any of the nonsense associated with it. Oh, you know, gotta assert that male privilege.
Your mind wakes in darkness. Aching cold sets into an unfamiliar body. A distant howling surrounds you, louder with each passing second. Insistent and invisible hands slap and tear at the membrane that protects you.
Holy shit, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck, what the fuck?
Your first emotion is an involuntary and formless panic. You feel you have forgotten something important. As if it once meant the world to you, but the details slip away as you grasp at them. You force your eyes open.
Well, good Lord, I wish there were more people around. I'd throw the choices to them, but I'm gonna go with my instincts and just have a look at myself.
The body is... wait, you are wearing a form-fitting suit of some dark material. You recall that you were wearing something much more elaborate a short time ago. You have smooth, light brown skin, 5 fingers on each hand, 5 toes on each foot. Good muscles, strong but not bulky, and slim hips. Your palms are soft, as if they have not done much labor.
Slim
But
hips?
scars and burns on the
No
hands and
baby
wrists
making hips?
suggest that you haven't always been careful.
Embarrassing.
I can't remember this.
Embarrassing. But why? Why can't we remember? Why? Why? Why can't I remember? I'm about to die, and why can't I even remember?
Without warning, the cocoon that surrounds you shreds and tears away.
Nope.
You are
Shit,
falling.
that's gone.
Above you, a small moon is slowly collapsing in on itself. The world is many kilometers below you.
Okay. Let's try to stay alive.
Instinctively, you spread your arms and legs, and they respond sluggishly. You stop tumbling head over heels. Though you were still spinning laterally, that motion has calmed as well, and you have space to assess your situation, and perhaps to understand the predicament and the body in which you find yourself.
Yeah, we're about to die. I mean, that's cool. Unless you suddenly sprout wings, we're fucking dead. But, at least we're trying, right?
Below you see a large landmass. A massive ocean dominates the rest of the visible globe, dotted here and there with island chains. Small moons, unusual structures, and strange machines rush past you in glittering profusion as you plummet toward the ground.
I mean, I'm about to die, so I might as well try and remember why I'm here.
It's hazy. You were in a tall passageway, its sides slicked with dew, the air warm and moist, as if you were caught in the breath of a giant organism. You remember fleeing in fear and exhilaration, laughing through the terror. What was it that pursued you.
Well, it missed its chance because I'm about to be splattered on the face of the fucking planet.
Something ancient and cold, its coiling power, the promise of oblivion. Its shadowed tendrils struck at you, and the walls where they landed were torn apart utterly, destroyed beyond any hope of repair. You leapt into a membranous cocoon and fell from the station, the moon. And then you were empty. But who were you? What was that creature? A word surfaces in your thoughts, and you seize it before it vanishes. Sorrow. The world fills your sight. You're about to hit.
Oh shit, yeah, I'm about to die. Fuck. Fuck it.
It hurts your mind to recall, but you push past it, a creature of the forgotten world seeking you out across the centuries. But it's not you it seeks, is it? It sought the man whose memories you shuffle through now, and you realize suddenly that you are not him.
No, I'm not. I'm about. I just got shit out into the fucking sky and I'm about to die. I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy.
You were... who? Who were you?
Fuck, 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 fuck.
You somehow managed to sidestep everything you know about anatomy, physics, and death, and you were surprised to realize that you do know something about them. And you survived this fall. You suspect that you might be able to reawaken a dormant strength you sense inside you. But who could possibly survive a fall from this height?
Who indeed? I hope I'm that guy because I'm about to hit the ground.
You remember reaching an escape tube, and you remember being struck by a tendril of force, and then the fall. The fall. You open your eyes in time to see a riot of color around you, your descent barely slowed, and then agony flares throughout your body as a crunching impact destroys you. The last thing you hear is a rapidly cycling line of energy, and then...
Oh God! Fucking damn, that hurts. Ah, God. Wait, I'm alive? Oh. Hello? Am I dead? Wait, what? Is this a glitch? 1 second. Something seems weird here. Aha. Maybe that's the problem. Crank that shit up. No? Hmm. What am I missing? The hell? Alright, full screen. Alright. Let's try something. Save game. Ah, there we go. Easy peasy.
Fine.
Jumbled thoughts cloud your head as you study the empty bowl before you. Drops of liquid fall from the ceiling, spattering on the ground next to the bowl. The light from every drop is reflected in the bowl's rounded hollow, as if it hungers for that light and needs to be filled. Yet the bowl remains dry. Another drop falls from the ceiling and splashes across the pylons, wasted. Mm-hmm. Right. You carefully take hold of the bowl, avoiding the teeth in the serrated rim. With a deep breath, you move it over to the glowing pool of fallen light. Drop by drop, the bowl fills, ripples spreading over the blurred outline of your reflection. A pale blue luminescence stretches into the corners of the room. A clear radiance spills across the segmented floor, washing away the nearest shadows and pouring into your mind, melting the ragged edges of your fragmented thoughts. You are not whole. Not yet. But you have begun to heal from the damage done in your long fall. A voice calls out from somewhere high above, beyond the reaches of the spreading light.
Yes.
As soon as you touch the orb, a memory floods your mind. You stand in front of a rusted door. The air is humid and dank. You've had a moment's respite from this waterlogged hell, a bubble of stale air, your resting point. You've breathed water before, and you've lived decades beneath the waves. But this body's an air breather, and the constant pressure has been crushing you ever so subtly. Worse, your companion's mind seems to be wandering from the task at hand. He's a genius with machines, as you well know, but now he seems distracted. The device in his hands is covered in knobs, wires, and antennas. He believes it can get the two of you through the corroded door, but he's merely staring at it. Perhaps he's lost faith in his invention, but that is hardly your concern. This mission cannot be delayed. It must proceed. Have you finished FSNVN? I haven't even started it. I'm waiting on Shin. Spore Lover suggested we do that as a collab, and that might be fun, actually. A collab VN experience sounds appealing to me, actually. Even though I've never done anything. Like, the whole fucking Gardic collab was like literally my first collab ever. But I'm up for anything. As long as it doesn't interfere with my life or anyone else's lives. I'm all up for fun. Alright, so I'm just gonna do this the way I normally do things in all of these sorts of games. Yo, bro! Guys, I just fucking heard them. They're coming. They're fucking coming. Bro. Bro. Focus. They're right behind us. Your words echo clearly, and he looks up, surprised, as you cut through his indecisive daze. He grimaces and says, "Alright, we'll be through the door before they catch up." His fingers make minute adjustments to the knobs and blinking levers of the device, and the stale air of your bubble freshens as the door swings open. A dark hallway lies beyond, a passage that links the water-boarded cells and the aquatic viewing areas. What you seek lies there. We all are. And by the way, do you think I can play it on an Android? Gardic? You should be able to play Gardic on your phone. I know Sport Lover was playing on his phone. His or her phone. I don't mean to misgender anybody. Oh, Fate. Actually, probably yes. I mean, these days, most fucking phones are more powerful than the goddamn computers that Nasu programmed the original Fate for. So, yeah, probably. It all comes down to interfaces and programming. Moments later, you're underwater again. your hands closing around a strange yet familiar artifact. You need it to complete something. It hovers above a pedestal, rotating in the dark water. An electric current runs through your fingers as your hand crosses the vertical plane of the pedestal. An iridescent field coalesces so fast that the wave of pressure dazes you for a moment. The rising pulse of a sonar alarm ripples through the water. The guards won't be far behind. You focus on the cloudy base of the pedestal. Your fingers instinctively find the control panel for the jeweled force field, almost as if you had built it in the first place. You remove it, casting it to the side, and you reach inside to deactivate the crystals that power both the pulse and the pedestal. As you remove them, a scaly hand falls on your shoulder. Your head whips around, and you see only the inky blackness of a Piscian eye. The memory begins to fade, as if you are being drawn backward through a tunnel, and you hear more pylons rising from the pit. Something is wrong. The events within the orb have settled into that gap in your mind, but the edges of it are rough, as though the memory itself is not truly yours. There's something else. A gust of sour air pulling at you like a predator, inhaling the scent of its prey at the far end of a dark, whispering field.
I'm going. Yes.
You stand beside a woman on a verdant crag. Beneath the two of you is a broad plateau, towering above the overgrowth far below. Strange machines have been built into the cliffside, presumably for reconnaissance or defense. A metallic disc gleams from the center of the plateau. Your self-aware humanoid machines drill into the base of the cliffs below. If you were looking for a sanctuary, and you were, desperately, this seems like the right place. I don't know about this, the woman says, her voice flat, neutral. Her face is turned away from you. What makes this place any more secure than the other ones we've found? Hmm. You shade your eyes from the bright sun so that you can point out the thin bands radiating out from the metallic disc. How the energy from those bands affects the local fauna, suggesting an enormous source of prior world energy. She thinks deeply. It's geologically sound. Have you run the sounding samples and checked the strata? No major caverns or weaknesses showed up on your resonance scans? She waits for your affirmation and says, "Alright, I'm convinced." The two of you sketch your plans for the sanctuary, drawing schematics and architectural diagrams. Then you descend onto the plateau to examine the open ground. The woman suggests having one of the servitors build a shelter for your time here. You try to draw one of the constructs away from its task, but it doesn't respond to your voice. When you lay a hand on its shoulder to enforce your command, it whirls and strikes you across the face with inhuman speed. Oh shit. You don't fucking slap me. It turns back to its task, ignoring you. Your companion helps you rise, laughter in her eyes. It seems your construct has other ideas. What's the matter with it? Force. Examine. Let's look at that one. Number 3 sounds good. A mist falls onto the plateau as you wrap a fiber shielding mesh around the construct's skull. The mesh powers up, protecting the construct's mind from any trans-dimensional emissions that might be in the area. Taking a deep breath, you repeat your command. Acknowledge. It obediently trembles to the sight of your new shelter. The image freezes, then fades, and you feel the memory filling the gap in your mind, block by jagged block. You stagger, clutching your head. Reclaiming your memories hurts. And once more, there's something else. The hairs lift, one by one, on the back of your neck. Something beyond this room can sense what you are doing and is hunting you.
Ready.
A vision of a city springs up around you, your city, in flames and under attack. Her defenders have fought and died all day, and still the attackers keep coming. They fight as if your destruction were demanded of them. They care nothing for mercy, surrender, or plunder. What they want is blood. But you have brought a keen-eyed companion to the top of the tower. She has seen the way to stop the invaders. You need to get her to safety, and you need to rally your defenders. But even as you turn towards the door of the tower, two of the attackers descend from a hovering machine. You don't have time to strike them before they land. One is brutishly large, his weapon a vibrating axe. The other is slim, sheathed in glassy armor and holding a hilt with a sizzling, invisible blade. Your companion backs away. She's too young to help. Your enemies advance single file, confined by the parapet. Always figure out who the greater threat is. Always. The memory seems crystal clear. The giant is menacing. It's true. But the invisible blade of his companion is more worrisome still. The energy field that flickers and wavers around it suggests that she can carve matter at a molecular level, tearing pieces of her target into nothingness. If you're to save yourself, and your best bet is to tackle her first, she's stuck behind the giant, waiting her turn to attack you, unable to bring her weapon to bear until he's out of the way. But it's clear that she expects him to handle you, and her eyes rove behind you, her focus on your ward. She's certainly not expecting you to dive between the giant's legs and come up inside her guard. She can't bring her blade to bear in time, and you drive your dagger up under her chin. You catch her before her deadly blade drops onto you and spin around. The weapon slashes into the giant, and he topples, bisected. The immediate threat ended. You focus on finding a way back to your allies. You open the lower door and rush down the stairs. The door at the base of the stairs is slightly cracked, opening just a bit into the hall, and you hear more of the enemy soldiers beyond. Gotta be sneaky. Hurl against them, knock them to the ground, crack the door open and sneak past them. Charge through. Sneak past. You press yourself against the gleaming door, easing it open, and your breath catches in your throat as it squeaks quietly, the sound like a bell in your memory. You pause, but the soldiers in the hall continue to talk. You push again, squeeze yourself through the narrow opening, and creep down the blood-stained hall. The memory begins to fade, and you find yourself back in your own body. Your temples throb with the racing force of your heartbeat, and the reclaimed memories blaze within you, like a bonfire on a mountain peak, visible to every predator for kilometers around. Tremor rocks the floor beneath you, as though a massive fist has struck the room itself. Swaying on your feet, you see frantic movement within the borders of a mirror at the edge of the room.
Ready.
Who am I?
On it.
Who am I? Who is Squid? The border of this mirror is lavishly decorated with a dizzying number of interlocked symbols, daggers, masks, paintbrushes, amulets, and more. But that's nothing compared to what you see in the glass. You see a vast crowd of people, exact doppelgangers of you, shoving, arguing with, and fighting each other. Most are drab imitations of you, but a precious few are vivid and pull at your attention. Each of them bears an intricate pentagonal tattoo on their head. In their eyes, their actions, you see the memories you've discovered within the orbs and the choices you made, shining like distant stars. Your hand twitches at your side, and though some of the bright doppelgangers ignore you, an even smaller number immediately turn to you, waiting for you to choose them and learn what you might become. A rumble shakes the room, and a slow vibration spreads from the darkness below, rippling towards the ceiling. Sidling around the edge of the unruly crowd, the doppelganger cautions you to silence with a finger at its lips. Together, you scan the room and its inhabitants, noting every potential hazard and hearing every drip of strange liquid in the depths beneath your feet. You blink, and the doppelganger is gone. Or so you think at first. You can hear, just for a second, a low chuckle somewhere behind you. When you finally blink, it stands before you once more, behind the glass where it belongs, and waiting for your decision. The doppelganger makes its way over to you. It's about to speak when a thuggish figure charges out of the crowd and shakes his knife in the doppelganger's face. Speaking in your voice, the doppelganger raises a calming hand, appealing to the thug's better nature with a combination of disarming wit and outright lies. Scowling, the thug lowers his knife and apologizes to the doppelganger for the trouble. Oh, this is me. There we go. That's me. That is who I am. The remaining doppelgangers scatter for the ages of the mirror and vanish. Your chosen identity steps forward. Its appearance changes as it steps out of the rippling glass. Its face reflects confidence and cleverness. Shadows of weapons flicker in and out of its hand, and a few devices shimmer on its belt. You get the feeling you, would be comfortable in a variety of situations. The word Jack sounds in your mind. Your doppelganger continues walking, stepping into you, filling you, making you whole. Your decision rings out into the cavernous room, awakening and unlocking vast mechanisms behind the walls. Suddenly, a grotesque noise rings through your shared worlds, like a bell. If bells could rot, something is coming. Well, I intended this to be a fun little shit post, just basically marking 1 year without Coco. But I don't know if anybody. I'm gonna save the game, but if anybody wants more of this, after I clear out the backlog, I'll be happy to. I'll be happy to revisit it. But until then, I will see y'all out there and take her easy. Whatever you do.